Hello, YouTube. It is the Texas Mother Trucker coming to you day one, Swift Transportation Truck Driving Academy from Corsicana, Texas. So, I do have a lot of stuff to update y'all on. The changes I'm going to be talking about today have just gone into place as of the last class or two. So this is all relatively new information. And some changes. So if you are already signed up to come out here to Swift or you're still on the fence about it, here are some things that you're going to need to know. First off, in my previous video and a lot of other videos for people that come from here in Swift, you will hear everybody tell you, your recruiter may even tell you, make sure that you get your medical clearance and your permit before you come out here. I too thought that it would be really, really good to get these things ahead of time, and I still needed to take two tests. For the permit, my daughter came in from out of town. I spent time with her, so it's fine. But here's the pros and cons. So a big con is going to be, previous to these changes just recently, if you came in and you had your permit and you had your medical clearance, which obviously you need the medical clearance to get the permits. So if you came in with all of that stuff, you just kind of went on, you took your drug test and you went on and started week 2 and you got to fast track week 1 and you just came in and started backing. You got in the truck and you started week 2. That's not the case anymore. So we have our classroom divided into two groups. The people on the left are all the people that came to Swift with their medical clearances and their permits. The right side of the room is all the people who need their permits. Now, prior to this change, the people on the left would have gone with us to the clinic today, did their drug test, and then they would have moved on to go outside on the range and start backing. That's not the case anymore. They have to sit through the same class that we're sitting through for the first week. So, a pro to getting your medical clearance and your permit before you get here is a big one. So we start today on Monday. A new class starts every Monday, unless it's a holiday. So you have Monday, which you're pretty busy all day. We were at the doctor's and then waiting for people to come back from the clinic all day long. It was a fucking long day. But, sorry, my eyes burn. They're so tired. So anyways, so today was just a wash. We did start learning some stuff like the last hour and a half, learning how to log, but it was a long day. Which is fine. The rest of the time is going to move faster because we'll be busy. But while those people who came in with their medical cards and their permits still have to sit in class with us, and they have to do, so she gives us homework. Your instructor is going to give you some homework. You're going to work out of this book that I'm not allowed to show you, but you have a lot of the test questions. Basically, you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to prepare to go take all 4 permit tests. In Texas, you take 4 tests, special requirements that just pertains to Texas, general knowledge, combination, vehicles, and air brakes. You cannot move on to one until you have passed the previous one, so that's important. General knowledge is the longest one, being 50 questions and covering multiple chapters. All the other ones are just one chapter. That's what's basically in this book, the chapters and then a bunch of practice tests. All this stuff you can find, again, on the apps that I told you all about yesterday, CDL Prep and DMV Genie. Same concept. It's just nice to have the chapters from the manual that you actually need for the sections of the test that you need to pass to get your permit. So they bound it up and made a really cute book. So we started doing that later on in the day. So the people who already have their permits, they do have to participate in the homework. Even though they've already done the test and they already have their permits, they still have to sit through it. They still have to participate, answer the questions. It's a refresher for them. That's legitimately what they're doing. Redundant work. So I'm kind of glad I didn't finish all my tests because I, for one, would be a little pissed off to have prepared myself to come in here to skip that first week, which is what plenty of people before me have done, but that is not the case anymore. So share this video, spread the message. I don't care if you watch the videos or you don't. Get the message out there because I stalk YouTube, especially when it comes to Swift, and this is news to me. So you can get your permit and your medical card before you get out here. I will tell you something that I did see today, and that is the people who had their permits, like I said, obviously already had their medical clearance because you have to have that to go to the DMV. They made the people that already had their medical clearance, myself included, they made us go take more tests. So, and there was quite a few of them that got sent home for stuff that whatever doctor they went to overlooked. So I would venture to say that just because you come here with your medical clearance doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to have to go take another medical clearance exam. Keep that in here. I don't know what they're doing. They didn't really make an announcement about that. The thing I asked, obviously, about my own, I'm going to hold this because I'm tired of looking down. Oh, that's much better. I asked why I had to get it redone, and they just told me the place I went to wasn't Swift approved, which on the website and the emails that they send you, it does say it needs to be Swift approved. But when I asked my recruiter what that meant, he was just like, just go to a medical examiner. And I did. And it's not like I live in a podunk city. I live in Houston. And I went to the medical examiner. So I don't know what their deal was, but they made everybody across the board, permits and non-permits alike, go take the test. So again, people were sent home who came here with their medical clearance and their permits. I'll say it one more time. People who came here completely prepared to skip week 1, had their medical clearance, had their permit, had all their fucking ducks in a row, are sitting in traffic somewhere out there. They got sent home. And it wasn't like waiting until the end of the day to get sent home. They were sent home immediately. So I don't know. I know that sleep apnea is a huge, 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 huge thing. If you come out here and you haven't got your medical clearance, don't think that getting one at home is going to keep you safe because, like I said today, I watched 11 people go home today. 11 people go home today. 7 of them already had their shit when they got here. So there's that bit of information. I understand the Department of Transportation wants people to be safe and all this and that, but I think it was a little shady, to be honest. That's just my personal opinion. Like I said, I don't know the circumstances surrounding each person. We got there this morning at 6 o'clock, and at 7:15, 7:20ish, we were pulling out to go to the clinic. And it's early in the morning. We're not talking to each other. We're not chatting it up. But as we started seeing the people that were on the left side of the room, the people who had their shit together, going home, of course, we all started talking amongst ourselves, but we didn't get a chance to talk to those people. So 2 of them I know for a fact were CPAP related. So if you have a CPAP that you use at night, which I have one, I don't know if you could see it back there, for sleep apnea, I would venture to tell you, either come here with the most recent 4 weeks printed out showing your compliance and using it for more than 40% a night, or don't come at all until you have it, or lie on your fucking thing. That's all I can tell you. Unless you have those 4 weeks printed out, they're going to send you home. So again, share the video, share the information, whichever one. Get the information out there because people are wasting their time and it's frustrating and people get pissed off. But that's why there's people like myself and the other people that come here that are making these videos to keep y'all aware. Don't waste your time. If you use a CPAP for sleep apnea or whatever the case may be, go to the people with your little card that's inside of your machine and say, hey, I need 4 weeks, the most recent 4 weeks printed out showing that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. If you need to get your shit together and wear it for 4 weeks, don't come out here until you have that done. Unless you have a brand new sleep study that says that you don't need the CPAP machine, which was the case in my scenario. I don't need it anymore. Unless you have that, or you have the 4 weeks printed out, don't come here, okay? You're going to get sent home. Just so you know, sleep apnea is something that the federal government has recently really started cracking down on. And they're checking for people with sleep apnea, big time. So be on the lookout for that. Just make sure that you got your shit together, to be perfectly honest. If you had, I don't know, if you had some funky disease or were on some crazy medication, but you haven't been on it for like 10 years, don't tell the truth on this paper. You will get sent home. I normally wouldn't condone people omitting or bending the truth, but if you're coming out here because you need to make money, you have a family to support, all of the reasons that people come out here, don't waste your time on something that trying to tell the truth is going to get you in trouble. Trying to tell the truth will get you sent home, just so you know. So, like I said, if you haven't taken it in 5 or 10 years, put no. Just put no. Okay? Think about what you're saying when you fill out the 4-page questionnaire for the medical examiner. Nobody knows you better than you. Now, if you know you're putting yourself out there and you've got some risk that you need to be taken care of, that's on you. Be honest when it comes to other people's safety and your own safety, obviously. But if it's something that honestly you don't deal with on a daily basis and you're just trying to tell the truth and answer the questions, put yourself first, okay? Put yourself before that truth, because that truth is going to get you sent home. So we've covered that. Next bit of information. I know this video is going to be a little bit long, but it's good information that y'all need. Next thing. Yesterday I mentioned that the very first week that you come out here, it's a 6-day week. That is not the case anymore. Do you get to go home on the first weekend? No, you don't. The first week is a 7-day week. So the first weekend that you are here, you will be in class on Saturday and Sunday. The weekends following, week 2 and week 3, you will be able to go home. Well, week 2, that weekend, you'll be able to go home unless you just really need to stay back and work on your backing or whatever the case may be. And really, the end of week 3, week on that Friday, is when you're going to be taking your test to get your actual license. So unless you fail that and need to come back over the weekend for more study so you can take it again on Monday, you'll have the weekend of the second week that you're here. Again, the only way you can go home is if you are here in your own car, like myself, or you're paying your way to get back home. They are not going to pay for you a bus ticket to go home during that second week. They only give you 2 bus tickets while you're here. So, for example, the people that went home today, if they came on a bus, which I know 2 of them did, either they paid for themselves to go back right now, or Swift paid for them to go home. So how it works is those people got to go home. They have to go get with their doctors, whatever the case may be, and then they get to come back when there's room on the roster, okay? Sometimes that list is really, really, really long. Swift will only pay for 2 bus tickets. Normally, it's the one to get you out here and the one that you go home right before you go to the mentor. So after graduation, they'll pay for you to go home, and then you wait for your mentor, and then y'all situate that. So those are the 2 times that the bus tickets are meant to be used. So that second weekend, if you don't have a way to get home, then you're stuck here at the hotel. But everybody gets along, everybody goes outside and barbecues. It's not like the end of the world. If you get sent home to go take care of medical situations, like a lot of the people today, you can choose to have Swift either pay for your ride to go back home. If they do that, then whenever you are ready to come back out, it's on your dime and not theirs. They've paid for their 2 bus tickets, they're not paying for any more. Or you can pay to get yourself back home and then just have Swift get you a bus ticket to come back out here whenever you have the paperwork that they're requesting. So it can go a lot of different ways. Just know that Swift will only ever put out money for 2 bus tickets. So however you choose to spend them is on you, but it won't be to go home during that second weekend. That's a given. They're not going to pay for you to go home and be with your family just because you're off. So keep that in mind. I think that's really it as far as the changes. My roommate passed. If you watched the video from yesterday, I didn't know where she was. She came in later yesterday evening. She had failed parallel parking last week. So she was actually at the school Saturday and Sunday. On Easter, instructors came up there to help her and some other students. And she passed today. So when I got here today after school, she was already gone. And I'm proud for her. She had an amazing story. I would share it, but it's not my story to tell. But she was an amazing person. I wish we got to spend more time together, but hey. She's in the military. She's active reserve right now. She's put in a lot of time. She's done amazing things in her career. And thank you for your service. And we'll see her out on the road one day. I think that's it. Again, if y'all have any questions, put them down below. I'll be checking my phone every day, especially this week. I'm here by myself now for at least the next week. So, God, I am tired. So I'll get here, check the messages, and answer any questions. If there's something that you want to know, I told you I will tell you the good, bad, and ugly. I'm not going to candy coat anything. If it sucks, I'll let you know. If it doesn't, I will let you know. And even though there have been changes that we weren't made aware of when we got here, it's not the end of the world. We're here to learn. So to me personally, more class time, I'm all for it. We're talking about driving a massive fucking vehicle with very expensive shit inside of it that could kill ourselves and other people. So the more time that I get to practice doing that, the better for everyone. So I'm okay with that. The whole thing about, some recruiters tell you to get your stuff before you get here. Some say don't even bother. You're trying to be prepared and do the right thing, and then you get here and you got to go through the same bullshit anyway. I think that's kind of bullshit, honestly. But who knows why they made the changes? Who knows? Maybe they had issues with people coming here with their medical clearances and then getting out on the road and having some serious medical problems. We don't know all the details. I just know that what I saw today, especially watching people go home that already had this stuff done, I didn't really care for it. But again, I'm just delivering the facts. I don't know the details. So take from it what you will. But this chick is going to go study. And I will be reporting tomorrow on day 2. I think the rest of the week is just going to be going through the different sections and the practice test in preparation for Friday. So if that's all we're doing and y'all don't have any questions, then I'll just report back at the end of the week because this can get really old really fast. So I'm off. Again, if you have any questions or there's something that you want to know specifically about Swift, leave it down below and I will be sure to get the answers and make sure that I go to the source to get them so I'm not giving you inaccurate information. Be sure to let all of your friends out there know about the changes so that everyone is aware of the situation before you come out here. Make sure you got your shit together, man. And again, don't use drugs or alcohol. Just don't even fucking do it. Like, honestly, don't. Because they're not taking a patch from your hair just one place. They take it from 3 different places. Like, if you have done some shit in the last year, they're probably going to fucking know about it. So, just be prepared. Be prepared. And Again, when you're coming prepared with your medical card and your fucking permit, just know they're probably going to make you take another medical exam. So just be prepared for that too. All right. So day 1, rolling out. This chick's got to go study, and I will keep y'all up to date as the week goes on. Bye for now.